make your presentation wow with Canva. You can amaze the crowd. Want to brainstorm? Put your pencils down. Online whiteboards, ideas all around. Coming in hot with a Canva doc. Docs and decks, I like it a lot. Design a website quick in minutes. Canva videos too, one-stop shop. You can design with ease. Print with free delivery. Make your work feel like a breeze. Beautiful templates, yes please. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can get the job done, play and have fun. What you design today at Canva.com.
The next session will begin in 20 seconds. Welcome back to day 6 of Week of AI. We're excited to have you guys tuning in on our very last day of a long week of live streaming. And of course, the final day has met us with some technical difficulty. I have two computers going, and I was trying to find the sound video that was playing at the beginning of the last one, only to find out it was on another computer. It wasn't even on my computer. I accidentally bumped my mouse. So the beautiful thing about live streaming is there's you see it all, the good, the bad, the ugly, the tech mishaps and everything. But we're excited because the next session, you might know her. Her name is Erika Sandstrom, and she is going to be presenting on Script to Screen. I'm Amanda Fox, your host, and Erika is going to go from the role of host to presenter.
Oh, my.
Yes. To give you a little bit of background, Erika is a digital learning coach and digital media teacher specializing in green screen and video production. In her 31st year, she created and presented mindfulness professional development globally, founded at Club Mindful, and serves as a leader for her district's SEL team. Her passion is to help educators, students, and parents globally through a movement called My Breathing Bubble to incorporate mindfulness into everyday tasks and beyond. Dubbed the Green Screen Gal, appropriately so, Erika shares her passions as a featured speaker at conferences through professional development, online webinars, and online courses. And pretty soon, published author, as she will be publishing an upcoming book with us at Teacher Goals. We're super excited about it. And she's going to be joining us on the Tech Tuesdays as well for our Teacher Goals Tech Tuesdays podcast as a co-host. So you'll be seeing a lot more of her. And to find more about Canva out, next Tuesday, actually, we have Tisha Richmond and Elizabeth Boswick coming on. They're 2 Canva learning consultants, and they'll be going deeper into the AI tools that are integrated into Canva. So consider the sponsored session a teaser. And next Tuesday, we're going to continue the encore of AI. You'll get to see the tools explored a little deeper. Erika, are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, my friend. Yes.
All right, here we go from script to screen. And Heather says, hello, gorgeous ladies. Oh, Tanya says, hola, and fire. So, Esther says, yay, #1 best teacher. Oh, Jenny Atkins, you're doing well. Love that it's real and raw. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I same as with my students, I modeling tech tech issues and dealing with them in real time. Elena's excited for your session. In a nutshell, Rockstar. Radiance Jones is from Taylor, Michigan. Yes, we will be back on Tuesday.
Really?
No rest. Yep. Jorge's from Chile. And then Heather's excited to hear about your amazing creativity. So without further ado, I'm going to pop down and give you the screen.
Okay, pun intended, pun not intended, script to screen.
Unintended.
Okay, so y'all, now I'm not, well, we might be having some tech difficulties. If we do, we'll fix it, but I'm having dental issues. Um, Earlier this week, I had to get my temporary crown put in for a broken tooth, and guess what popped out in the way home? So if I if I make some weird faces, it's because of the pain from losing my temporary crown. Not that you need to know that. So that's my excuse if I mess up. So script to screen. This is uh, something that I am so excited about because I'm just at the beginning of this. It's really humbling and really fun to start a new avenue and to just expand on what I already do. So let me tell you a little bit more about me. As you can see here, and from the Firefly last night from the Fonz, I got accepted today to Firefly, so I threw this in for the front page. So fun. So definitely took about 4 days just to let you know. So that is the website. It's on. It should be on every slide. So for the slideshow, it's through Genially, bit.ly./week of AI, and it's Erika all caps with a K. So I'll go back here real quickly. So if you want to grab that, and like I said, it's on every slide. So you should be able to get to it. Okay, let's talk about scripting. As a lot of you, I'm sure, saw my introduction about this, it's very simple. I teach video production, and Green Screen Gal is a lot about creative video production and all of this, especially with social emotional learning. That's what my book's about. And I just said, you know what? Let's see how we can make our lives easier and more creative using AI. And wow, has it. And I'm going to share a journey of actually something we filmed this week. That's how much I just made this presentation. I literally made this slideshow probably in the last 24 hours. And well, that's because I was hosting. Okay. Amanda, don't worry. I'm usually quicker. So this is more about me. I'll let you watch that video on your own, and it gives you a little bit of insight of how I ended up where I am with the kind of work that I do. And this little goofy me here is also something I want to show you how to do today in the best app on the planet, the Doink green screen app, as an addition to this presentation. But let's talk about, how can AI help our video production process? And let me share my story. This is a real fall, by the way. This is what I do during my lunch breaks and after school. I'm running from dinosaurs or whatever. I always test things out myself first, and I have a lot of falls and stuff, and I love to share them. But that's a fun trick right there. So you should try that with your students, just not on a high chair, please. All right. Now, one thing, I'm not going to read this, but I threw it in here for you, is a lot of people say, or I even asked Amanda, I'm like, is green screen AI? And actually, it really isn't, because it's chroma key technology, where chroma key removes the background. It's not thinking. And this right here explains why. And then the next slide I put in here is, is background removal AI? And yes, it is, because it has the involves artificial intelligence techniques, algorithms, and all of that. But I want to also talk to you about why the green screen, in my opinion, will never go away, because chroma key is way better at this point than AI as far as removing backgrounds. So in video. So one thing too, I love this quote: there's always something more important than logic, and that's imagination. Even though AI is making our lives easier and it's awesome, there are certain parts to video production you just don't replace. And I'll discuss that more and show you some examples. Sometimes you need to kick it old school, because it's just part of the process. But there are so many tools, and they're coming out every day, as we all know, to make the parts that take too long or get, if the kids get stuck, it can help them so much. So this is where it all kind of started for me a few weeks ago, maybe actually more than that. I work at the public TV station here in the town in Peabody, Massachusetts. And we, this studio is so cool because I get to use all this real equipment, and it's like legit. And so what we're working on is a PSA, and I'm sorry that I don't have the final PSA where someone sent it to me, but I couldn't get it to upload. But I will be adding to this slideshow later. So if you're watching this, please check back because there'll be a lot more additions to it. But we did a PSA on kindness and paying it forward. And so the kids were kind of stuck in coming up with an idea of how to turn it into a PSA, which is a very specific way to create a video, because your message, you might have words in it, you might just have music, but you have to get the thought and the message across. So we jumped in to we actually had an idea. My other half, Jay, he had a wonderful idea. I said, I need a PSA for kindness. And of course we Googled it and we did all that. And this is before I used the AI. And he said, how about you do something like the old Blockbusters videos? Instead of be kind and rewind, how about rewind and be kind? I was like, what? So we did this PSA and the kids just went nuts with it. They loved it, but they were having trouble structuring it. So we literally went to Chat GPT and we put our idea in there and we said that we wanted to have 3 acts of kindness and have somebody we put the theme in and everything. And I have that, I'll be adding all that Chat GPT for you. I just want to focus more on what you can do with it, since so many people have showed you how to break it down. Anyway, so we put it in there and it gave us the perfect script. And so this boy right here, he is the one to be the rewinder. Okay, come back again and do it again. Ready? I don't want your. So I hope we put the right video in. So every time we see somebody be unkind, like we had someone littering. Instead of putting something in the recycle bin, he shakes his head and he goes like this and he rewinds, and then we did reverse video, and then the kids go back and do it the right way. So we had someone helping someone open a door, crossing the street, and it came out really good. I wish I had it here for you. But that was my first taste with using Chat GPT to take the script, and it's so smart what it can do. So I'll add more to that later just to show you. But with the video production process, I tend to follow this sequence, or, you don't always go in the exact order, but I always tell people too that filming is this much of video production. There's so much more that happens in this process. And this is why all the social emotional learning that happens naturally, I love that part, especially before filming, even during filming. Today I taught I statements because they were arguing. So I swooped in and there's your SEL. But anyway, so this is a great way to think about AI. Like, how can AI help us with each one of these steps? Okay. So I'm going to go through each one and show you. So the production that we are making is one of my grids. I'm known for these grids where I have people interact. So let me play one of them for you. I'm going to play one from our and Trisha's here. She was my co-host and partner in crime for the Not Just a Green Screen Summit. It's a summit that I host. We're going to be on year 3 this year. And let me show you this grid. Hopefully, Amanda, let me know if there's sound. Okay, so the reason I'm sharing this is to show you that the interaction, especially with some of these people, was planned out. It was completely planned out. You can see some familiar faces here. You'll see the Merrills up here with the E-twins. And obviously this was done remotely, where we wrote a script about who was going to enter the screen, and they were switching places. They actually switched places. So we had about 4 filmings of that. Barbara and Trisha had their little skit where they interacted and passed coffee. And then I interacted with this amazing woman, Maria from Sweden. She's like the green screen gal of Sweden. She's, or actually like the Fugel Fun of Sweden. Let's go that high. And, and then just a lot of them just interacted with each other, or with themselves. It was one of the funniest things and so much fun. And everybody was on board. I mean, look, we have Tim Needles here and Christina Holweitz, who is presenting tonight. So anyway, so check that out when you get a chance and watch the interactions. I could spend all day on that and I don't have time for that. Oops. We lost me. Anyway, I love my grids. I just learned a lesson about sharing. It wouldn't be right if I didn't mess up. Okay.
I'm while you're pulling that back up and getting where you need to be, I am actually dropping your website link into the chat for it's greenscreengal.com. You can learn more about the Green Screen Summit, or not just the Green Screen Summit, because it's not just green screen. There's a ton of creative educators who come in. How many? You had like 32 last year?
30. Yeah, and we
30.
had some special guests. We had a bunch of special guests. It was quite the feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
replays are in
it's coming back again this year. It's kicking off in the fall, and I'm super excited to be part of it this year.
Yeah,
So
our big announcement. I was going to tell them that Amanda is going to be our co-host in for this year's summit, and lots of other surprises too with that whole thing. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that another time. But yeah, so definitely look for it this fall or late fall, I'd say, whenever we get back from MassQ. Awesome. Okay, so Amanda, you can stay if you want. I don't care. So this grid is one of my favorites because these girls, we just wanted to play around with the camera and just, we literally made this in 10 minutes and these are twins. And at the top two, this is the one I want you to watch. The top two. So that is so much fun because the twins, they pass this breathing bubble or one of these contraptions we have. And, people would think that they were filmed at the same time. They were actually filmed separately. And that's the whole point about the grid is having kids figure out, what second am I going to throw it as you catch it? So that was two separate videos and we just matched the ball in the air. And that's the magic of what these grids can be and the problem solving. But I am so excited because AI has helped a lot with the time consuming parts of this. So I want to take you through as quickly as possible what we're working on actually this week. And it's a grid for teen self-care. And the kids wanted to come up with 12 squares with self-care where they interact with each other. So these are the tools that we've used, and there's so many more out there as you've learned this week. And I'll probably be adding more to this slideshow just to keep this going as far as video production. So I will take you through these. I don't want to forget that one because that's one of my favorites as we go through. Okay. So the first part of pre-production phase is concept and brainstorming. And, like I said, a lot of this is old school. I always do it the old school way just to get their ideas to come out. And then we use some assistants this year. And there's some cool tools if you haven't seen them. So I want you to watch the kids. The first part of this video is them doing it the way we've always done it. And then we go and we work with Chat GPT and we started fine-tuning it and asking it these tough questions like, okay, can you make this script where all 12 people interact? Or, okay, can we interact with the first two? And it literally, and I will post all that too, it broke it all down and made us the perfect script in the end. But watch what happens here. We can talk about it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so they're like calling each other kind of. And then this person's playing an instrument, and the person next to them is listening to the music that they're playing. It's really weird. And then here we have like the person who's meditating, but they also use breathing bubbles, and they give the person who's going to like declutter, which means like clean. They give them the breathing bubble before they start singing. And then
To her?
here,
Sure.
like hiking and going on a mindful walk. So meditating and the hike, they both go on the same walk and they meditate at the top. And then at the end, everyone dances.
She's raising her hand. Evie, you're the teacher. She's raising your hand. Okay, so as you can see, Dorinda, she's from Tanzania. She's like the most proper, adorable child. I just love her. She's trying to raise her hand and join in the conversation. And Evie and Matthew, who are amazing, usually they usually end up leading these brainstorms. And then you'll notice some other kids aren't really participating. Now, I'm lucky to have this one smaller group so I can test things out on, but I do this with large classes too. And you just kind of let them see what happens. So the leaders come out and the quiet ones go back. So then we start. So is this one of the ideas?
Scene, a grid formation of 12 squares representing different self-care activities. Alex, Maya, and Sam are positioned in different squares. Alex, standing in the baking square. I'm going to bake some delicious cookies. Scene, Alex starts baking, preparing a cookie dough. Maya, standing in the create something beautiful square. Alex, those cookies look amazing. Could I take a few to decorate? Scene, Alex hands over freshly baked cookies to Maya. Maya, holding the cookies and the create something beautiful square. Thanks, Alex. I'll take these cookies and create some edible art. Scene, Maya starts decorating the cookies with colorful icing and sprinkles.
All right, so everybody, so it's getting closer. So what should we tell the bot?
We don't need to talk. And
We-
we
so
don't
you-
need to interact with everybody.
And don't have to interact with everybody. So you want them to do it. Okay, so let's give it a
This is like
try.
more of a chain reaction.
Tell me what you think of the new idea.
I like it. The bot's smart.
It's the bot's smart.
Big brain.
Yeah.
We should still conga off though.
Big break. What'd you say?
I think we should still conga off.
Okay, well, we should definitely. Okay, guys, can you go up and read it and tell me what we need to ask? Oops. The bot next. Okay, so as you can see, I shared that with you because, oops, I gotta stop hitting that button because, I don't know if you noticed that Sam, who is usually really quiet, has a mask on. He shouted out, we need to tell it to not have dialogue. And so did Lillian, who never really speaks up. Well, she does, but like I said, we have our leaders and they're all just amazing. They all said it. And even the ones you couldn't see on camera said it. And it was so neat. Amanda, this is silly how I can't get back into my presentation without doing that. Okay. Because it's share screen. I see. Yeah, that's what was happening. All right. Sorry, y'all. Every time I expand it, it decides to not work again. So I'm not going to expand my videos inside the thing anymore. Of course, I'm going to have tech difficulties. I would feel left out if I didn't. Okay. You guys are okay. Okay. So the only way my sound would work is if I just presented one screen. So the chat GPT gave us the perfect script. And I want to show you the script because it came out so good. And then we just kept going and going and going. And then we used some other tools. So let me share some of those other tools with you. Yeah, we're back. So cute though, to watch them. So this tool, if you haven't seen this yet, Iowa, it is a story map creator. I'll just let the video tell you.
This is getting started with AI in mind maps. With Iowa, you can now use the power of AI to get infinite ideas directly in your mind maps. Whether you need a creativity boost as you work on your project, or you want to generate entire mind maps from scratch, Iowa is the first step that integrates the powerful AI with mind mapping. Let's see how we can use the AI to get ideas. I want to get some ideas about how I can decorate my home office. From the toolbar, I can access the AI option. I can choose to get ideas, questions, or explanations. Let's go with some ideas for now. The AI is doing its magic. and we have some brand new ideas ready to go. What if I want more? From here, I can select one of them, and I can call the AI again. But this time, I wanted to generate some questions, which will help me brainstorm even further. Let's see what it comes up with. That's awesome. Now, you can always use the AI in any mind map you're working on. If I want some ideas for a software blog, the AI is ready to help. If I want to get a better understanding of some of those ideas, I can always use the AI for explanations. AOA can also generate entire mind maps from scratch with AI. I can type any idea here, something like essay about climate change. And there we go. We have a full mind map with ideas that we can go ahead and edit ourselves. And not only that, we can always get more ideas. You can also right-click on any branch to call the AI, if that's easier for you. I can add my own ideas as well. So there's no limit when it comes to what our mind maps can do. If you want to explore the power of AI in mind maps, you can discover more on AOA.com. This is getting...
So I apologize if that's too small, but when I let go of this presentation, I will do a quick demo of it for you. But it's really neat. And you can add pictures in there and drag it around. It's wonderful, and it's AI generated. So we used this to come up with our 12 ideas for teen self-care, and it was like lickety split. Okay, so that is for that. And there are definitely more tools. I'm going to add some more in here. I'm going to put an extra slide just to put more brainstorming apps that use AI, but that one is wonderful. So storyboarding and scripting. This is the fun part. Like I said, we used for storyboarding. I'm sorry. For storyboarding, we use that giant paper because that's how we usually do our grids, but they also went into Canva. And what's so fun about Canva is they share this tab instead. That's what's happening. They have these storyboard, ready to go storyboards. And then you can use AI in here from text to image to have the kids create their storyboard that way. And there's some other, I figured it out. Yay. There's some other ones too, like Mavabi Pick First and storyboard that, Krakio.io. Sorry. This is a wonderful one. I'm going to play this video for you. I don't know what this video is. Okay, so it's overwhelming to think about all of these cool tools, and in a good way, overwhelming. But I'm just diving into that one now, so I will let you know how it goes later on, because it had so much in there for storyboarding. So past that, let's go into the next part. I'm so sorry for this. You're going to get dizzy watching my show fall apart, but isn't that cool? It's like the coolest way to go to the next slide. The drop feature in Genially. I love it. Oh, you can't see it. Okay. Drop. Oh, you just don't want to have tech issues. You try and try. So storyboarding. And I will keep adding in here some more storyboard options and even examples of how we use it in my class, just because this is just the beginning of this story for me. And then scripting, we use ChatGPT and Bard to fine tune our script. And we had a great script that came out of this whole thing that I want to show you. I'll show you that in a little bit. I'm going to move on. Okay. So production phase, setup and filming. So setup and filming is really fun when you get to this point, because the kids have already worked really, really hard on finding all the things they want. They've practiced and everything. So we practice and practice and practice before we actually do filming. So when we get to it, we have scene 1 and it just goes like this. So using AI was so fun because, first of all, we've been doing these news stories for 6 weeks now, and we cannot get them done. And I found that by not using AI to help us, the kids were struggling with the story and the story structure and just everything. And they actually said to me, why didn't we use this for our news stories? They would be done by now. And that's so true. It's absolutely true. So we could skip some of the other pieces just to, we have our ideas. Let's just get it structured and get it going. So I will use it from now on. Absolutely. Because this thing that I'm showing you now, we've been able to pull this off this week. That never happens in production because I see the kids only 40 minutes a day. So these are some of the generated pictures they got for their grid. And their grid is teen self-care. So I do have to show you the script because it won't make sense to you otherwise. Okay. 1 second. This is where I need elevator music. All right. Okay. So this is the script, just to give you some context of what you're going to see in the next few slides. Is we broke it down where the kids had each square. So number 1 is baking, and then create something beautiful where they're painting a picture. And then what we did, and actually AI helped us too, is they grouped them for us. So what we did is we just did a simple layout here saying Jeremy and Dorinda were going to interact. For example, he's baking cookies, and then Dorinda is painting a beautiful picture, and then he crosses over to her square to bring her a cookie. So they had to figure out the timing on that. And then hanging out with friends and playing an instrument. I'm going to show you that one that we just finished, that one where I'll show you. And then, we have 5 and 6. Miss S is going to declutter, and Matt's playing a sport, and he kicks the ball over to me in my square, and then so on. So they're interacting in that way, just to give you a little context of what that looks like. Okay. So these are some of the pictures they generated, and we used, and it's on the next slide, I think, Kriya. Kriya is through, and it's only a free trial, but it's through Sumo Paint. We used Canva, we used Firefly, and we came up with all kinds of things just using all of these. But my favorite one that we used for the path is one I'm going to show you right now. Absolutely going to show you. Okay. It's called Scribble Diffusion. Let me know in the chat box if you've tried this one yet. This is a blast. So what you do is you draw a picture, and then you tell the bot what you want. And it could be anything. So the kids were trying to explain to me, the girl who's doing the one with taking a hike, she's like, I really want a path. And she was trying to tell me, I go, why don't you go draw it in Scribble Diffusion? So she drew a path that she was thinking, and then she just drew a couple little trees. Hopefully this works. It worked great before. And she put hiking path in the woods with trees or something like that. And then look for her results. This is such a blast. And let's see how it worked. And then I think we actually put, yeah, there you go. And she goes, exactly what I wanted, So it was such a neat way to do this. If you haven't used Scribble Diffusion, it's a blast. And what's cool is you can say you want it to be a photograph instead, if you don't want it to be too cartoony. Photograph. Okay. And let's see what comes up for that one. Kids love playing with this, by the way. If you need a Friday lesson plan, this is it. So that didn't come out like a photograph so much, but then you could put something like with your picture, put dinosaur and watch what happens. Scribble Diffusion will take your lines and turn it into different things. I mean, it's just a blast. So now I have dinosaurs that are shaped like my trees. Okay. So that's Scribble Diffusion. Super fun. Okay. And then, so that's what they used for this path. And it was the perfect picture for her thing. We have a disco for the dancing one. Okay. Here's our process. I'm going to try to hurry through this because I'm running out of time. But our process where the kids, set up their spa. All right. Turn and look at us. Yeah, high five. Spa day. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and split, and then go ahead and make sure you swing your legs over. There you go. Gently sit down in your chair. Oh, yeah. Okay, the background is falling off your chair, so just be careful. Go ahead and put your mask on, guys. Yeah. So they did actual spa. Hey, go ahead and sit down in the. Now, this is Bike Rider Guy, who's from the next square, and he's coming over. But let me show you the final one. So our process basically, I'm getting nervous on time. Our process is that we had to find the backgrounds. We had to build it. We had to get the chairs the right way. And it was all AI that found all of this. And this was the final thing today for this square. Isn't that adorable? We had so much fun. And the kid, I wish you can watch on your own here, and the kids laugh. The laughter alone, just from having these kids do this, was so much. We've had a blast this week, and every kid wanted to participate because they were so proud of their production from all the help we got from AI. So post-production, very quickly, I'm just going to show you a couple more tools. Now we did DIDO, and I did and I want you all to tell me which one of these you think would work and wouldn't work, because sometimes we don't need to use AI, and that needs to be said. Like that quote I said earlier, creativity comes in all forms, so we don't want to use it for everything. So here is Chris. He's going to kill me.
Self-care is anything that you enjoy doing that helps you make you happy and maintains your physical, mental, or emotional health. It's when you take time to take care of yourself.
Okay, I can't see the comments right now. I was hoping they pop up a little bit, but go ahead and give me a, if that one's okay to use. And then we have Jeremy.
Some activities you enjoy may cost just a little bit or take time, but self-care is just as likely to be about the simple, free things, too. Here are some examples scaled from the everyday to the only once in a while.
Exactly. I heard meh. So true. This one, I'm like, you know what? That's not Jeremy. Jeremy's so full of life and personality. He's hilarious. So I said no to this one. Chris's I didn't mind. And then this one we definitely don't want to use because she has this amazing quote that she wants to share with you.
If it makes you happy, do more of that.
It doesn't express who she is. So there are times to use it. I definitely like Chris's is fine, but we just wanted to show you that sometimes you don't need to use it, but sometimes kids don't like to talk on camera. So what we're going to do for her is we're going to use the picture and use a voiceover. Voiceovers are the way to save kids who are shy. They're so powerful. Kids can point to something like a speech bubble or something. They don't have to talk on camera. Voiceovers are powerful. And another tool, if you haven't used it yet, Meta Demo Lab. The kids are doing a dancing scene and they don't want to dance, some of them, because they can't dance like Dorinda, they said. So we've been using Meta Demo Lab. This is one with my bear. And I actually brought it into Canva and removed the background from it and put a background in it. So that's what's cool about Meta Demo Lab. If you've never used Meta Demo Lab, I have to show you real quickly. This is made by Microsoft. Is that right? I don't want to say that wrong. Or Meta, which is Microsoft. Accept my cookies. You get started. This is an oldie but a goodie. and this is great for kids to make their artwork come alive. I mean, this is just, if you've used it, please tell me, because it's awesome. So I was trying to find a full body picture of Amanda or me, but I couldn't find one. So let's see if I can put one in there. I had one. Oh, desktop. Nope. Okay, so I might not have a picture to put in here, but it is super fun when you can find one with a picture that I had saved on my computer. Rats. You know what? It might be an HEIC. That's why. So when you put something in here, you can, I will maybe demo that later. Maybe I can throw together a demo and add it to the show, because I am a co-host, so I can do that, because it's so worth watching. And then this last one here, I just wanted to show you, it's let's get dizzy. Some kids don't like seeing themselves on camera. So this is an app called Dizzy.
Here at
I'm in Hawaii.
Haka Falls. Yeah. Zipping.
Okay. And then this one, I'm in a Wiki Wachi down in Florida.
Here
So I
we
turn
are
myself
on
into a cartoon.
Wachi.
Okay. So you can turn your videos into cartoons. It's so worth it for that one. It's a blast. Yes. And this is a demo on how to, and you can watch this on your own. My favorite app on the planet is DeWink, because Chroma Key sometimes just works better than video background removal. I use both because I love Canva for doing that. But this is a way to, kind of like the dancing one with my boa there, to create an animated GIF that is transparent, and it goes into any program. Anything that supports GIFs. So definitely check that out, because I use it all the time. That's how I bring myself in there. And this is our grid so far. We're just pulling this together, and I have the slide in here. Oh, I wanted to show you the one of the kids hiking today was hilarious. So I'll have to get to that and play that at some point, just to show you how cute that is. I'll try to pull it up. Amanda, you can come on back if you want. I have one more slide.
I'm here.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness. I am like all over.
These are amazing tools. Like, you pulled some out that I didn't know. And that's I've been researching AI tools like every day.
Oh,
so
I hope so. I hope so, because I would love to. And I have one Kriya I was going to show too. But this is also in your slideshow. You'll find 10 ways to create a green screen studio on any budget, and a bunch of the presenters that are in here are in here. It's all about, if you want to get started with green screen, this is a go-to thing I have for you. Yeah, I wanted to show, go ahead and talk. I want to show something that I made today. Just one more thing, because it's for the grid, and it's adorable. So
okay. So I'm excited too, because I am going to be at the end of all of our sessions today. I'm going to be reading an excerpt from an upcoming kids book called Artie Bot Draws a Lot. It is a book that is written on AI text to image generators. There's a lot of controversy on how the platforms and models are trained, and on copyright. And I know the Copyright Office has just issued a statement on AI generated artwork and books, on what is acceptable, what's covered by copyright, and what isn't. So just to kind of talk about the book, it's this little AI robot who's going to school with humans, and the human students are upset because this robot is able to scan the art and process it faster and learn the techniques faster and generate something unique based on what it's learned, just like human students, except it's cheating. So it kind of frames the debate on what is plagiarism, what's in the public domain, how AI bots are trained, specifically looking at like Midjourney and DALL-E. And the book isn't meant to take a stance on either side. I tried to write it kind of balanced to where it basically sets up the debate for your students to have while teaching them how different neural networks are made, and what data sets that they're trained on. So a lot of artists are upset that, they didn't have permission to use their work to train the programs. So I think what we're going to, and there's some litigation going on right now against Midjourney. There's been some lawsuits filed. So to kind of keep you guys in the know of what's going on with copyright, with public domain, with these platforms that are text to image generators, and what are they pulling off of? How have they learned to create this art? Are you ready?
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
mean,
sorry.
that was it. I was just listening because I need to know all that. No, I promised the kids, they're watching, so I promised them I would show this. We're not done editing the green screen part, because I'm very meticulous about green screen. Like, it has to be perfect, but it doesn't always have to be perfect. That's the thing, it doesn't. So these kids came up. This is their screen. Jeremy's going to be playing music in one, and then he comes over to visit them in their square. So this is hanging out with friends for self-care. Well, we sped it up. We do a lot of time lapse and slow mo. Somebody forgot the marshmallows, but Jeremy has them. Oh, we have. So what's funny about this one is, it's not finished yet because they actually animated a flame that they're adding into the fire. They want to fix the green screen and they need to speed it up. But the funny part was, and it's going to be in the slideshow, is they busted out in a campfire song that I've never heard before. All of these guys, and they've not gone to camp together or anything like that, but I kept it in there, but it's adorable. What campfire songs do you know, Amanda?
None.
My body lies over the ocean.
I don't camp. You will learn that quickly about me. My idea of camping is a hotel. Yeah. I'm not earthy crunchy. I'm a I like sheets and a bed and a Starbucks in my hotel. So
well, I promise to do mini demos we could use as. Actually, no, today's the last day.
yes.
I'll post it. I'll post some demos of.
We'll be sharing and Sketchman and Demo Lab, Scribble Diffusion. They're all in the AI classroom book and the AI tool repository chapter. We have over 30 different tools that you can use right now. And the goal is once time slowed down a little bit for me, I was going to make a demo on each of those tools. It's coming. Summer has not slowed down, so they'll be rolling out occasionally. So make sure you check out my YouTube channel. I'm at Amanda Fox Flipped because I used to flip my classroom. So there's a lot of social studies videos and English videos too, actually teaching and giving instruction. But I also roll out demos that way too. And Erika, what's your YouTube channel?
It's just under Erika Sandstrom. You could probably put Green Screen Gal in too, but definitely follow my YouTube because I'll be posting all the final videos and our grids and all of that. I would love for you to come play with us over there and see all the social emotional learning videos that we make.
I want to go back to that one comment. Every great innovation goes through litigation.
Oh, yeah,
that is so true. And talking about text to image generators, they're getting a lot of hate. So as a children's book author, there are people using these to illustrate entire children's books, which I don't recommend because that there's I don't know, it's drawing a fine line between what you generate and taking work away from illustrators. But I will leave you with this. When the camera first came out, they said photography wasn't art. When computer animation came out, they said that wasn't art. So all of that's become more widely accepted. And I am excited and cautious at the same time as we enter this AI revolution on where it's going to go and what adoption looks like. So the Copyright Office, if you generate something with Midjourney and compile something together, none of those images can be copyrighted because they were generated by a AI, generative art platform. But when you put something together with your words, the composition in its entirety can be copyrighted. Just you can't. None of those images are yours.
I didn't see any of these comments. I wish I did. I would have. I would
Yes.
talk back to y'all. Sorry, I didn't see them pop up. Nice.
Well,
Thank you so much,
we
everybody.
are out of time, and we are going to. I know Jonathan Nalder's in the green screen or in the green room below in the next session. So we are going to call it. You have what we call our in between show intermission. So as we jump in between, grab your cocktail. It is Friday. It's past 5 o'clock somewhere. So it is happy hour, guys. I hope you guys are AI happy or appy. And grab your cocktail, grab your Coke, or grab your sandwich. I had pizza from Costco earlier. It was delicious. We will see you in a few minutes. Jonathan Nalder is going to be talking about STEM and PBL using AI to facilitate that process.
Awesome. Thank you so much, all, for coming. I appreciate you.